What's going on, guys? It's me, Shukashu. We are back with another Musume video. Hope y'all had a good weekend. And as you guys can see, I did make it into Group A for round 2. I believe it was the first day when I got 3 wins. And it was with this team. This team right here. So the Teo, I believe, was an old one. So I didn't think, I technically I did try, here, I'll just show you guys, but when was this one made? Yeah, this was made in March. So what the Umas I ended up trying, as you guys can see here, was 2 different Duramentes. Mihono, at least the one that I trained, because it was a UD6, so I was like, give her a shot. Same thing with Kita. I did train a okay Kita. Then I tried the UD8 Gentle Donna, and then obviously Orfer and the Teo I just showed you guys. So yeah, made it into Group A round 2. Now I just hope that I can just make it to the finals regardless of what it is. Obviously, as per usual, the goal is usually Group A, just to see if I can make it first, and then if I can win it, that's a whole different story. But yeah, before we do jump into the races and all the comments and all that, if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description down below. There's a channel called Circle Quest for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I'm in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join. It'll let me know that you want to join the circle, and then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the requests along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not somebody else. But with that being said, we do have our first race here, and we're just gonna take a look at it, see how it goes, and hopefully we can walk away with the win. That way we can start off a little bit more comfortable. Now, will I skip majority of the race, the first race? Now we'll just speed it up. I guess there's not any runners if Teo and Chronogenesis are in front. Looks like a Tamamo Cross was in third. There's Nature or Furs. It was pretty much all betweeners and stuff are just in the back. And once we hit the final corner, which is around here, we'll slow it down. I was speeding it up. But everything looks like, I don't know, let's see how Orferv does. And Dormente. But Chronogenesis left Teo a while back. That's not even my Orferv. Alright. Looks like we lost this race. We just need one run. Or one training. Not one training, one race. To at least give me that sense of, was it security that I made it to the finals at least? I guess. But since we did go over the first race, I'll start going over the comments now. And after the comments, we'll just go over the rest of the races faster and see what happens then. But from what it seems, the first batch of comments are gonna be from Rick. I'm just gonna put it at ×2 at least, so it's a little bit faster. Well, the first comment from Rick says, "Few comments this video," and I don't know if you meant that as you're gonna put in a few comments this video. I'm gonna assume that's what you meant because you're the first comment. So I'm assuming that. Nova says holiday lurking, and I'm just here like, what holidays was in the past weekend? Yeah, there's nothing I can think of. So I don't know. Maybe you just had a day off. You were out and about. I don't know. I'm gonna just assume you had your own holiday, as in you just had your own time off, and yeah. Because there ain't no actual holidays that I know of around this time, unless it's a holiday that I don't know about for some reason. Next comment from Rick says, "Good luck everyone on this CM that I think I won't do too good this time." He just says, "Oh, I didn't notice that there's a CM," which is the biggest cap ever. And then Nova says, in response to that, "I'm sorry to say, guys, that I don't have decent cards," which is the amount of cap that Eugen is saying. And then Rick says, "That's the biggest cap, and I ain't talking about a Guri." Saying. And then Nova says in response, "I guess I'm overcooked. I'm not even talking about that multiplayer game." I know what game you're talking about. Matter of fact, I think I've played it a few times with my friends like 2 years ago. I think a couple years ago, actually. I do remember playing it, so it was like Overcooked. And we also played like a like a moving furniture one. I don't know if it was made by the same people, but yeah, I do remember playing Overcooked. I feel a sneeze. Well, I'm gonna keep moving on. Next comment from Rick says, "Nova and I should agree that if Cygames announces or releases a turbo costume, we should let Eugen be the first comment and hype him up. Hey, you guys want? If you guys want, that's up to you." You literally said Nova and I. Nova responded saying, "I still think Vivos will win." Vivos does have a higher, I think, has a higher probability at this point to get an alt before Turbo. Although I feel like Turbo's 3-star alt is in my opinion, I guess way overdue if we're gonna compare to Tannhauser, because Tannhauser's literally came next year, at least within like a year, a little over a year. This Tannhauser specifically, which came out year 3, then year 4, we had expectations for, well, we had expectations for Turbo. Never happened. Or at least last year we did. I may have gotten the timings right, but not wrong, but it is what it is. And then lastly, so the race in Cinderella grade did not finish. The final episode will be 13. Guess I'll have to wait. Ah, you should have known it should have ended on 13. It's Cygames, or it's Musume. All their seasons ended at 13, so you should have known. Should have known if you've seen the last seasons. At least I'm assuming you did. since you're watching Cinderella Grey? Assuming, because I feel like you either watch Cinderella Grey because you've seen the previous seasons or that's your first one. But I'm gonna just assume you've seen the previous ones. Or I think, you didn't mention it, right? I believe so. I may have gotten it wrong. Like I said before, my memory isn't the best. Especially if it's trying to remember stuff from the comment section, because I go over a good amount of comments a week. I ain't gonna remember every single one. I just pressed the skip button. It's okay, we lost. But other than that, that is pretty much it for all the... No, or not. There's one more comment from Rick. And it says, Shushu recording the video now? This is around the times for Monday video, yeah. Oh, this is around one of the normal times for everyday videos. From like Monday to Friday. So, yeah. I've seen other times getting the like notifications while on YouTube, but usually I'm watching a video or reading something at that moment. I just came to say hi. Hello, Rick. Nice to see you drop by as I'm going over the comments, and the timing was that I couldn't say the timing couldn't be any more right, because I just literally finished your comments. For some odd reason felt like I should refresh, and then saw that you left a comment here literally a minute ago for me refreshing it, or me responding it, or looking at it. So literally, as I finish. Well, thank you, Rick, for the comments. Appreciate it as always. Usually it's Tanoki who's commenting while I'm recording. So it's funny. I hit the skip button again. Let's not do that. At least maybe not until the last bit. Maybe. No. I guess depending. If we get one and all that, we'll see. Next comments. Although they are short, there are still 2 comments from Rick. From Nova. The first one says, I'm on holiday. Like I said, so I'm assuming he's on vacation, or he's on having his little mini days off, little break. And then Eugen says, I'm on lunch, 2:04 p.m. EST. I don't know if that's your normal lunch. Because from what it seems, you're always like an hour behind, at least within an hour behind from Nova. So I'm not sure if that's your normal lunchtime. Because I don't know if you're just saying that for that response, or if your lunch is usually at 2 p.m. EST. If that's the case, is that like 11? Yeah. That pretty much checks out. Yeah. If Nova is ready by the time I post, because by the time I post, I don't know when he has lunch. I don't know if he has it actually at noon or has it within like 12:30 to 1, because around 12:30 to 1 EST for those in the Eastern time zone, or follows the Eastern time zone more than Pacific, or doesn't matter, I guess. Yeah, that would pretty much be around the time, or 1 p.m. EST is basically when I post my videos, so it makes sense on Nova's lunch, which is earlier than yours, since you usually comment like an hour behind. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. And then the next comment says, no comments until Monday. Well, I mean, you still had comments here, so is it really? It's all good. Hope you had a good holiday. But thank you, Nova, for all the comments, and Nugent for responding. Appreciate it as always. Next comments are gonna be from Eugen. First one says, the reason I bought this one because I don't have any interest in phones and it's convenient for me reading. So yes, I bring it all around with me in my bag going to work. Well, props to you for using a tablet as a phone then. I mean, if you think about it, that has technically could have been a thing, or been a thing for a while, because there has been iPad or tablets, or I guess iPads, tablets in general, has had like the global feature, or not the global feature, the cellular feature, I guess. We'll call it that. Even though that might be the right thing to call it, but yes, it's been around for a while, but I never really heard someone preferring to pick up the tablet over a global tablet or cellular tablet over a phone. I guess technically, is it? I don't know. Is it cheaper? I guess depending on data, right? Well, I guess if it's an Android, you technically, I don't know, you could technically add your own external storage, but for like apps, I don't know if it goes into it because it's kind of like the same thing with mine. It is a Android because it's a Samsung, but even though I have a external storage in it, like the mini SD card, it doesn't, even though I move it, the apps to said SD card storage, it still doesn't read it as it's in there. So I'm kind of just like, okay, maybe it's not a thing anymore, because I believe I did see it was a thing in the past, but I think maybe for like certain games or just in general now. So yeah. Anyway, I just think it as a big phone. Well, yeah, you called it a tablet phone. If it is a legitimate tablet and you're going to use it as a phone, like actual make phone calls and all that, which I don't know, did you get a I don't know, can you? I'm assuming you can't. It's me assuming. But can you get phone numbers for tablets? That's just an easy Google away, right? Can you get numbers for a tablet? I never heard of that. But it depends on the tablet's capabilities. Oh yeah, I knew that. If it was a Wi-Fi only, then it wouldn't have it because it doesn't have the cellular capabilities. Plus, you would need like a SIM card. At least that's what I think. Or do you just use like WhatsApp or whatever? I guess like those kind of apps. At least that's what I would think if you don't have a number connected to your tablet. Which I only think you would because you did get the cellular version. The one with data. I could just buy a cheap phone or wait 6 months to get a free phone from the telecom company. Oh. I mean, if you can get a free phone in half a year, then if it's not a big, I mean, if you're already using your tablet as a phone, since you do have data for it, Is it really that much of a wait for a free phone? I think I'd just take the free phone. It'll just wait to 6 months and just save my money. And back to the question. Maybe I got hooked on the review vid having Zenless as a game test, so I decided to buy this. And even, hey, if I'm assuming it had a good review if you ended up buying it. Usually that's the case, right? I just realized. How much was that? I'm just curious because I never heard of it. But how? Okay, this is where my real question is. What's your storage? The only reason why I asked is because if you're using, I think you should be good. Even with like even with 256, you should be good. Because my phones are like in the 250s, right? For like the smaller capacity. I think mine is like 250 or something like that. Yeah, mine's not the terabyte option. Never thought I needed it. Still don't think I do. So I'm gonna keep it that way. Yeah, I think you'll be fine at 256. Just don't have too many games. Well, I guess you won't because you only play 3 games, right? Like 3 games, maybe. Um. Oh yeah. So only have 3 games installed: Uma, Zenless, and Bandori that I haven't touched. I log in. I log in here and there's just to see what's up, or if I have that feeling to play a rhythm game. Well, if you look in the pattern I comments, it's just my lunch schedule is messed up since it's random for some reason. Oh, there was a lunch schedule of mine that the video is not yet posted, so I post about me going home. That was most likely a late day. And then Nova says, tell your manager that Shushu video takes priority. No, 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 it doesn't. If it's between work and my video, his work takes priority. Because he can always go to my video later. But other than that, thank you, Eugen, for the comments. Appreciate as always, and Nova for replying. And the last comment is gonna be from Tanoki. And it says, just off the initial build, 2-speed, 2-int with 0 power blue factors is gonna be tough. Yes. 3-speed build, you can get kind of away sometimes with little power inheritance, but even then, aim should be at least 13 to 1400 power. That sounds about right. Since speed and shouldn't be an issue with this build. Yeah, 13 to 1400 is usually where I, no matter which one, because 1300 as the minimum, obviously, but usually I'll be close to 1300 if unless I'm in the situation where for some odd reason barely made it into 1200, which has happened many times. But I'd say my normal range, if I'm above 1300 or 1300, if I somehow get it exact, would be 1300 to 1350. 1350 to 1400 plus are more on the rarer side, obviously, for myself. Um, but it's happened. It's happened. Yeah, that's usually around the range where I usually say I want power, especially with, at least from what I've seen for myself. That's like the highest. I don't even know what's the highest, but eh. Other than that, that is refresh again. that is pretty much it for all the comments. So thank you, Rick, Nova, Eugen, and Tanoki for all the comments. Appreciate it as always. And yeah, we'll just finish up the rest of these races. See if we can run away with a race. I don't know if we did already. I don't think we did. Or I did. So we're gonna hope for the best. Oh, that Orford was zooming. I know it's in ×2 speed, but she covered some ground real quick. My Duramente's trying from the outside, but nope. I guess I can give some slight updates on myself, or slight, because nothing really big's happening. First, Shiyu defensive video should be releasing later. If not, then I forgot to upload. Yeah, forgot to either upload or edit it for some reason, which I shouldn't. Which I shouldn't. The other games. Oh, and then Wuthering Waves, I was catching up to the weekly updates, as in like the, what was it called? The one with like Nova would know. It had it's like 6,000 a week, 6,000 points a week. Crap, what was it called? The Sonorium, whatever, the Sonorio. You know what I'm talking about if you play Wuwa. At least I hope you do. If you guys play it. But did that, and then Somnoir, I think is what it's called. I did that. I don't think Whimpering Waste is updating yet. I think it recently updated when Hearts of Thea got updated into the game. But the Tower of Adversity, for the first time I tried out, well, for the first time that I actually tried to finish the whole tower, including not just like the first 30, but also not the first 30 stars for like the easier tower adverse. Well, I say easier, but it could still be harder for people. But yeah, I guess the easier version. I guess I could say the lower level or a higher level. The harder one is the one that I tried to clear the first time, and I did. And I did. I feel like I could have, maybe, since I was able to this time. But I will say the middle one, the fusion one, I was hesitating on not doing it because it was updating as of right now when I'm recording. It updates basically on reset when the weekly resets. So I basically just did it because of that reason. I wasn't gonna. My initial intention was to wait for Lupa. I managed to get away with it with Chun-Li, Cantarella, and Shorekeeper. Then I had Spectral Team for the left one, Zani, but with Verena instead of Shorekeeper. And then the right one was Arrow Weakness, so I went with your Arrow team. Artethia, Arcona, and Arrow Rover. I will say, even outside of this tower adversity, that specific stages, Arrow Rover, for how I built her, is not complete because one or two of her echoes need improvement. Artethia, two of her echoes need improvement. But even with having those two with unfinished builds, at least, along with my Chacona, damage is pretty darn good. Even Arrow Rover just clearing stages before I finish, like for my dailies, Arrow Rover was clearing rotations or finishing the stage before even the rotation was done, or Chacona will end it before I go to Cardathia, at least the arrow team. So yeah, I don't know. Seems pretty darn good to me. And since I'm using her with Cardathia, I am running her with the new set, which should be the only reason why you would give her the new set if you're running her with Cardathia. If you're just using Arrow Rover to have Arrow Rover, then the other one should do. I think it was the Gust of Welkin. I don't know if that was the first one or this. No, not the Gust of Welkin. You're gonna want her as a healer, the Rejuvenating Glow. So basically the same as the Arrow. I mean the Spectro build, except for the level 4. No, the level 3 would be Arrow instead of Spectro. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But at least if I do go Spectro Rover, which I don't see any more reasons for me to go back, because Zani Phoebe, I just Shorekeeper or Verena, doesn't matter. And then Carlota, same thing. You'll either get Shorekeeper or Verena, depending. I've used both on those teams, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. Now I'm just waiting for Lupa as I finish building. We gotta win. We gotta win. Yes, Group B for now. That's if I make it a Group A. That's why I say Group B for now. Because what if I do somehow make it to Group A? I am still training. Obviously, to just get the last trainings out of the way for the scenario, since this week we should be getting the new scenario. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's this week. Like after the CM. I think. Right? Oh, I'm not gonna do the extra one on video because I'm gonna use this extra one to try out any new Umas that I trained in between now and when I record the next day 2 of the CM. And also for the break video in between day 2 and the finals, I think we'll tackle as much of these races. I think I'll leave the medium and long distance ones, and then I'll go over the mile, short, and I guess dirt on my own time, because I still need to beat this short distance one also. I think this might be my last trainings on this if I can't beat it. When's the date? 26. Yeah, so basically when this ends, I assume is when the new scenario comes. So that's when the new banner is. At least, is that what the banner says also? No, this one's 710. That means we're gonna get another banner. Oh yeah, that means the scenario banner is gonna come up, and then Chronogenesis is still gonna stay. That's just all it means. All right. All right. Let me refresh one more time. Doesn't look like there's any more comments. Is there anything else that I need to mention about Wuba? No. There should be still like another 2 weeks, right, before Lupa? Let me check. Because this week, no, it should be another week. Because this week should be Jafufu. Next week should be Wuthering Waves. I hope I get Jafufu. The reason why I say hope. is because I want to run the. I guess I want to try the whole full Yunquei Summit team with with Pan the panda. I guess I could try that, but I think it'll just be a if I do get Jafufu. The reason why I do want to get use the whole team is because obviously Jafufu as a stun, Ishwin main DPS, and because Pan increases sheer damage, if I'm not mistaken, that was called whatever it is. So I guess it all just works out, and he heals, so as a sustain if needed, because we never really had a healer that yeah, we never had a healer, right? But woo, yeah, next week, not this week. So I have a yeah. I'm glad because with the new update to the tower adversity, I'll be able to get a little bit more for the banner. And then I actually want to check the other games real quick also. Okay. That's just an 8 days, so that's next week for Star Rail. Do I care about Genshin right now for the next release? No, because it's phase 2 and it's just a rerun. All right, well, with that being said, we didn't make it a Group B. So we at least have that safety net to keep going into the finals. Now let's see if I can train an Uma or two. See if there'll be a difference in tomorrow's video. Unless for some odd reason that Uma or two somehow becomes the difference and I somehow make it a Group A within this one chance. That's if I'm able to train one. But with that being said, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys did make it this far, I do want to say thank you. If you guys can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys did in the CM so far, since no one has really updated with CM in their comments. Pretty sure we're all just going to say what happened in this video. So yeah, let me know how you guys are doing in the CM so far as of right now in day one of round 2. And if there's anything else you guys do want to talk about or ask me, just leave it down in the comment section down below. There's and if there's anything else you want to talk about or ask me, as long as it's appropriate, I'll go over it. And if you guys haven't joined the Discord server, link is down in the description. There's a channel called Circle Request for those who haven't joined a circle or are looking for a circle to join. Y'all are free to join the circle that I am in. It is called Shushu. Once you give that a search, hit request join, it'll let me know that you want to join a circle. And then after that, head over to the comment section or to the circle request channel. Let me know that you sent the request along with your in-game name, just so I can make sure to add you into the circle and not someone else. I'll also take a look to see if there's space still, because it is towards the end of the month. I know we've had a few additions, or a couple, I'm not sure, but if need be, I'll make some space. If not, it'll probably happen around the beginning of July. Maybe not on the 3rd, because I'll be busy that whole day. So I'll make sure I get my video recorded early, uploaded early, whatever videos that day. It's Thursday, right? Okay. I'm assuming no banners land on the 3rd. I think Jafufu comes out Wednesday morning. So I'll still be able to squeeze that for Wednesday. And oh, that's this week. Next week, yeah, for Lupa's video should be fine. Should be good, but yeah, with that being said, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you once again, and as always, see you on the next one. Peace.